Brew cost increased from 20 to 30. New functionality. Smash Chen's keg, dealing damage, drenching affected enemies in brew for 3 seconds and slowing them by 10% for 1.5 seconds. After 1.5 seconds, the slow is increased to 40% for 1.5 seconds. After being used, this ability becomes Breath of Fire. Oh.
Yeah. So, I guess Breath of Fire is the way it was then.
Did they change him enough that he's no longer Fat Illidan?
We'll see. I mean, you still have your flying kick, which is not changed at all.
Correct.
So we are still doing our jumps and our body blocks. So we go to Flame Breath. Dealing damage. Soak and Brew is ignited. Being used. Let's see it one more time. Does it increase the slow?
There you go.
Duration of the slow. Adding a duration to the slow from Keg Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So our slow here, 10% after 1.5 seconds.
They're making it easier then for you to use Breath of Fire if they get that extra slow there.
I'm just seeing if there is a optimization in when you cast it. So let's see. We got our dude here. They are slowed up to 40%. And my breath actually lasts longer than the slow itself. Can you read the Breath of Fire quick enough once I use it?
I can read it over here. This ability has been moved to the W button and is available after Keg Smash has been used. Cooldown reduced from 5 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Impact damage reduced from 96 to 85. Periodic damage increased from 32 to 55. Brew cost reduced from 30 to 10. Adjusted functionality. Using Breath of Fire on brew-soaked enemy causes them to be ignited, dealing damage over 3 seconds and adding 1.5 seconds to the duration of the slow from Keg Smash. After being used or after 6 seconds, the ability becomes Keg Smash.
Cool. So we have a 3-second window halfway through. The slow increases.
Yeah, would be your optimization. Because you want to increase it on top of their 40, right? Because we can assume if you hit them when they're at the 40, it continues the 40 slow, right?
So how long does Breath of Fire last?
Breath of Fire lasts... It adds... deals damage over 3 seconds.
No, when does it transform back?
After being used or after 6 seconds.
After 6 seconds. Okay, so 3 seconds, which means halfway through the cast would be our optimum time to cast it. So here we have all the way and then halfway slow fades. Cool. So you could watch your W here, and when it gets the bottom half, you could say to use it and to extend the slow. And that keeps it at 40% for an extra 1.5 seconds.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
Welcome,
Excellent.
Liquid. Well, we are just starting the Chen rework. We had 2 quick matches before this, but this is the start of the Chen rework.
Excellent. All right.
All right. New ability on your E is called Stagger. Damage taken over the next 3 seconds is prevented. Once this effect ends, and this is the Brewmaster talent, Chen receives 75% of the damage taken over 5 seconds, and it's an 18-second cooldown.
Cool. So that is a stagger, and it shows up as poison damage. Much like many abilities do. So if we go in there, now we receive 75% of the damage, so we're basically sitting on 25 armor. And then we can drink through that damage as well. Let's take deadly damage.
You gonna drink?
Nope.
Okay.
Just making sure.
That kills you?
We don't go to like 1 health or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little gin.
Yeah, I mean, granted, there could be, a situation where some minion attacks us or you end up getting away after that. There may still be like a friendly flying kick talent in there or something like that. Let's see if we can avoid all the damage entirely. Most of it anyway. For 4 seconds, shield persists for 4 seconds after he stops drinking. Over the next 3 seconds is prevented. Damage is taken over 5 seconds. So they did leave a 1 second window where it looks like you can't recover.
Okay.
So you're always going to take some damage just because they added an extra second in there. Because there we go. There's a perfect little go. But
We still
the
have
poison
lost
damage
health.
goes for a little bit afterwards. And of course, it's not a perfect cast, so it'd be a little before as well. Cool. Unless, of course, we take less damage than, you know, the thing as a whole. Yeah, so you'll get slowly worn down. Unless you're taking little tiny hits. But either way, you would have some damage. Even the smallest hit would receive some damage on the other side. So there's no way to avoid all damage doing this business.
Cool.
All right.
Next is your D, your
Okay.
Fortifying Brew. It no longer grants your 25 brew instantly. Brew regeneration increased from 30 to 50 per second. Cooldown increased from 5 to 7 seconds. Channel time reduced from 5 to 4 seconds. Shield amount decreased from 196 to 180 per second. This reduces the total shields for fully drinking from 588 to 540, and shield duration increased from 2 to 4 seconds.
So we no longer receive instant. It's all over time, but that's going pretty damn fast. But
Is that 75% poison damage or 75% healing back? It's a different thing, and I feel like it's reading different than it's showing.
once this effect ends, Chen receives 75% of the damage taken over 5 seconds. So it's applying 75% of the damage you take as poison to you. Poison not being magical or anything like that. We're kind of talking about like Mal'Ganis style poison where it's already applied. But
Some were asking about how the damage is self-inflicted and thus may not be affected by Chen's spell power, leading to things like Anna's nano boost making him hurt himself for more than he actually took.
oh, that's interesting. That'd be a very bad effect if he's applying spell damage to himself in that way.
It's a question to be discovered when it releases, I guess.
Yeah, but that's a coding optimization thing that they need to be
Yeah.
aware of. That's interesting. And something that could easily be overlooked. Well, shall we talent?
Sure. Level 1, are you ready?
Yep.
Storm Stout Secret Recipe is a passive, moved from level 20. Healing increased from 1.5 to 2% of Chen's max health.
Whenever his basic abilities hit an enemy hero. Oh. So, yeah, so it's a little numbers fly. Basic abilities. I guess I could try to smash Breath of Fire probably being your big heal there. Almost like Johanna at level 16. And then since that doesn't hit an enemy hero, nor would your E, it'd be all about the brew game. Okay, cool. Self-healing. Wonderful.
All right. The next one, level 1, new talent, Eye of the Tiger is passive. Adjusted functionality, it's a quest. Increase regeneration globe healing duration by 100%. Eye of the Tiger, level 1.
Oh, they typoed. Cool. Fresh ingredients. Eye of the Tiger's not a quest. They typoed. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault.
Okay.
But theirs. But they can fix that later.
So new talent, freshest ingredients. It's a passive and it's a quest. Increase regeneration globe healing duration by 100%. Reward after collecting 15. Ooh, they're lowering that standard there, aren't they? Regeneration globes. 50% of the shield from fortifying brew persists indefinitely after drinking.
Okay.
Ancient Pandaren secret.
So 50% shielding. And 4 seconds go by. There's our shield at 50%, which
Cool.
would go past the point of the 4-second duration, which
Okay.
means we could actually stagger through and shield through all the damage we receive then.
Oh, you're still
Yeah,
getting...
no, here we're still.
There we go.
We're going to be okay.
I must pull back.
Can you drink and keep stacking it?
Keep stacking what?
The drink.
Oh,
Do you keep adding on top of it so you get permanent shields?
there is a cooldown of 7 seconds.
But if it lasts, so you've completed the quest, you get a shield that lasts indefinitely. Can you then
Shield
stack?
persists.
If you don't take any damage, 50% of the shield persists. and you drink again, you get another 50% shield.
There is a maximum to the shield.
Okay.
And looks like we can avoid going below that time point where we hit 50% shields entirely if we just drank. Because here we have to wait. There it goes. So yeah, we could actually then, even without this talent,
think I will go this way.
if we just didn't stop drinking, a little bit of shield, and of course the damage takes the last bit of shield.
Okay.
And we're not healing back any health right now. Okay, cool. So the damage still applies to the shield, and there is a window where your health would be exposed. All right. Eye of the Tiger is perhaps unchanged.
Not on
then?
there.
Not on here. Basic attacks against brew-soaked enemy heroes deal 50% more damage and heal Chen for 50% of the damage done.
All right, we
Let's
are
actually
on
see that
to...
number.
Actually, let me move us here so we can...
Brew-soaked. Oh, we need to be missing some health.
Try a little storm stout. Fool.
Alright, now we're missing some health. 70. 70? 70. Okay, cool. That's actually bigger than, for now, our Storm Stout secret recipe. To level 4. What has changed at level 4?
Level 4,
Choose a
Keg
talent.
Toss was removed.
Choose a talent.
Cool.
Withering Flames, your W, moved from level 13 and duration increased from 3 to 4 seconds. And also, Accumulating Flame, the W again, moved from level 1. New functionality, increase ignited damage by 25%, and basic attacks against enemy heroes who are ignited increase this duration by 0.75 seconds.
0.75. And our attack speed is slow. Because we're over a second per attack speed. So there's no infinite slow available. But still interesting.
It is time.
Because we have that slow on the character there. As we reach halfway, we extend the slow. And since we're a little over the top, we should be able to get, so look like maybe 1.5 extra seconds on top of that.
Cool.
And we could squeeze out a little bit of bonus. The flames are still going. So the fire keeps going. Who are ignite increase the duration. But not the slow? The duration of...
It says increase ignited damage, and the slow isn't necessarily you on fire. You get slowed by
damage
the
and
brew.
duration. Yeah. So it's the interaction between the slow and the brew that caused the slow to advance. You're just continuing the fire damage. Okay, cool. And Deadly Strikes is how it was. Flying Kick no longer costs brew. Additionally, its damage is increased by 100% while Chen has shields from fortifying brew. All right, well, we can see a little bit of a stack there to keep your infinite shields, perhaps. That Withering Fire spell power 30%.
Or was it this way?
All right, level 7.
Level 7.
Okay.
Choose a talent.
Bolder
Choose a
Flavor,
talent.
the trait was
Choose a
removed.
talent.
Elusive
Choose a
Brawler,
talent.
active, moved from level 1. Additional functionality while active also grants Chen 30% move speed.
So evade 2 enemy basic attacks, reduce this cooldown by 2 seconds. So a bonus button. We had a bonus button. We are evading basic attacks. And just hitting auto attacks reduces the cooldown. Activate 30% movement speed. So if something was running away, we could actually stick to it for that time. And maybe get in more auto attacks.
Choose a talent.
Brewmaster's Balance?
New talent, Gift of the Ox. Increase Stagger's duration by 0.5 seconds and reduce the amount of damage taken over time to 60% of damage taken.
0.5. 60%. Oh, okay. So you're going to 40 armor, as it were. So that extra 10 there. Hey, I mean, that's pretty hot. We're not even doing completed quests here. So if we had shields going into that. That's actually, what happens to my shields here? Do they persist?
Yeah. It's your shields first and then...
Oh yeah, there's like a new sort of half-poisoned shield graphic in there. Of an off-brown. Interesting on that guy. While below 50% brew, gain 20% movement speed. While above 50% brew, regenerate an additional health per second at 24.
And it's just 50 brew.
Yeah, I guess it works out because it's 100, so
Oh, okay.
we're both
okay.
right. The best
I'm
kind
just
of
throwing
right.
it out there, YouTube.
Sure, sure.
It says 50 brew, so I just want to make sure.
Choose a talent.
Anything happening at 10?
Okay, at 10, yes, we've got Wandering Keg,
Okay.
R1. Movement speed bonus increased. Oh, thank God. From 60% to 70%. Even better. Knockback duration increased by about 28%. Knockback speed increased by about 53%.
Oh, wait, hang on, though. Hang on, though.
Does this make the washing machine combo better?
It looks like it makes everything a lot worse.
For Chen or for the enemy team?
For us, the enemy team. For non-Chens.
Yeah,
Because the knockback is so large now
it's huge.
that while you are CC'd by it for a longer time, you actually will get to disconnect from it. So you won't just be permanently locked down and doing that thing.
Well, knockback speed was increased, so you're knocked back faster.
Yeah,
so I
but
wonder...
look how far he goes. Like
Yeah.
this is all time that you could use to be somewhere else.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we can still get him in a corner
that's true.
and cause that permanent lockdown, but that's a bit more artful, you know? This is actually a terrain interaction that we're actually doing a permanent
Poor
CC on.
Asmodan. He's trying to get out.
Yeah. But no longer will you be that poor Vala unable to cast your vault
Oh, that's
in those
true.
moments when you're just in the middle of the lane because there's going to be some time here. It looks like you can go diagonally still and do that permanent hit.
That's a good point. Longer push makes it harder for Chen's allies to do AoE on them. So you're going to really want to be careful of where you're pushing people.
Yeah, you can still use terrain just fine, but I think this is preferred. Increases the skill ceiling. So that, it's just so frustrating to not be able to cast your spells. Like you're silenced because of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I think that's fabulous.
Cool. Okay, and then we're on to Storm Earth Fire.
Tell me about Storm
So-
Earth Fire.
For this general one, the general overview before we get into the individual bears. Spirit health reduced from 75% of Chen's health to 70%. And each ability can only be cast once. The final
Oh, interesting.
ability that is cast is empowered.
The final ability that
So
is
if
cast
you
is
go
empowered.
Storm Earth, that means fire is going to be
Oh,
empowered.
so it's kinda
But
like
if
a
you start with
Talrasha's
fire,
thing.
earth, storm is going to be. Yeah.
we have
Can
a
you
bunch of abilities.
test the barrel on a high mobility enemy like Genji? See how easy it is for him to get away?
Well, he's got a huge amount of time there. So yes.
They're
It would
just
work
going to
out.
assume he's got a...
Yeah. I mean, we could try here. Do a demonstration. But you could see Asmodan, he had that little circle above his head. So he is 100% comfy and has time to get away during that. Now, whether or not our enemy will use that time
Choose a
is a
talent.
different map.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
And we'll still be able to lock him in a wall if we try. So you see that little circle above his head there? That means he's actually completely locked down for the in-between. But when we hit him like this, he's got plenty of time to react.
Okay, he can even pop a shield there, too.
It's also a stagger, not a stun there. So you saw how Genji's deflect continued. That's the daze.
Oh, okay.
And the difference between the daze and the mini stun. That was made a differentiation long ago with Raynor and the like. So if we're using that terrain, but let's see if we can actually... Nah, we're too good at this. We need to let him go.
Sometimes you just gotta let Genji go. He tried to do his jump there. Oh, there's the dash.
Seiya's not going to be very smart about it, but you can see the windows of opportunity in there with what we're doing.
Choose a talent.
So it looks like every single spirit has its own ability now, rather than just the combo jump.
Are you ready to go through each spirit?
Yes, bring it on.
All right, Storm is your cue. New functionality. The spirit gains a shield for 400 over 3 seconds. If this is the final ability cast, the shield amount is increased to 750 with no limited duration, and the duration of Stormer's fire is increased by 5 seconds.
Yeah, look at that. Cool. So we can favor doing Q for protection. And we can cast that. Well, let's actually see. Let's see how. Oh, you only get to cast each one once.
That's
so
what I
the
was saying.
ultimate choice is
Dependent upon the order you cast it in.
cool. All right, what's our W?
W is Earth. New functionality, Fire and Earth leap to the target location, dealing 32 damage and slowing enemies in a large area by 70% for 1.5 seconds. If this is the final ability cast, increase the damage dealt by 300%, and the leap instead roots enemy heroes hit for 1.75 seconds. Earth ability range increased from 7 to 9. Earth unit basic attack slow reduced from 2 to 1.5 seconds, and Earth unit attack period increased from 2 to 1.5 seconds.
Well, that's pretty cool. But, I mean, what interesting choices to make with your Chen. And what about our E?
Alright, E is Fire, new functionality. Increase the attack speed and attack damage of the spirits by 50% for 5 seconds. If this is the final, increase the attack speed and attack damage bonus to 75%, and the spirits gain 50% movement speed for its duration.
Huh. So if I wanted a bunch of booking high damage pandas. So my choice is basically duration and life, which go together because if there's no life, there's no point increasing duration. A auto attacky sticky, or giving CC in the form of a root.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So the buff is not actually giving any fire damage. We're not on fire in any way. We are just buffing ourselves
Yeah, it
for the
doesn't
duration.
say there's any fire damage over a period of time. But I mean, fire's basic thing might...
Oh, like he might have a
I
feature?
think his basic attack might do something.
That's interesting. We got range. Yeah, there's a little bit of spell damage. It looks like fire is doing an aura. Our earth is doing the big hits. But there's no way to control these guys individually.
No.
So the best we can do is try to kind of kite them out. Maybe send them like that so we can see. So there's the 85. Here comes Big Earth. Yeah, so it looks like there is a little bit of an aura for 55 spell damage on the fire guy. Well, that's really cool. Let us continue.
Okay, level 13.
Choose a talent.
Ring of Fire.
Choose a talent.
W moved from level 4. Adjusted functionality. After igniting an enemy, burst into flames, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Duration increased from 3 to 5 seconds. Damage increased from 52 to 60.
Okay. So a flame with no bonus sort of thing, but we get an aura around us.
There we go,
and
yeah.
can go
Burning
running
Rage.
around. Yeah, exactly.
Not permanent, but,
Nope.
you know, it's there.
Just a little fanciness.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Choose a talent.
Enough to
Choose a
Share,
talent.
which affects your
Choose a
traits,
talent.
moved
Okay.
from level 16. Additional functionality, duration increased from 2 to 4 seconds. Allied shield amount increased from 27 to 70. And additional functionality now also instantly shields Chen for 180.
Oh, wow. So this is your ally shielding. But it looks like you pop a shield first in addition to its previous effects. Anything else at this level change?
Touch of Honey. No pressure point. Sorry, pressure point Q. Adjusted functionality. Flying kick slows the target enemy for 35% for 1 second, or by 70% if Chen has shields from Fortifying Brew.
Ah, okay, okay.
All right, and then we get a Touch of Honey, which is W. Oh, you just want to try this out.
Sure.
Let's go.
Touch of honey.
All right, Touch of Honey is W. New functionality. Increased the slow from Keg Smash by 10% and its duration by 0.5 seconds.
0.5. Which means
That's a good one.
we would move this to that part of the hexagon. Okay, it's a little bit different. All right, looks like it's just in the middle there for your optimized extension. But I guess it is addition, right? On the fire, does it add 1.5 seconds or does it?
It's the slow. It has nothing to do with the fire.
I mean the original ability.
What do you mean?
And adding 1.5 seconds to the duration. Cool. So actually, it doesn't matter. My optimization thing I was talking about earlier, it doesn't matter because you're not adding on time like you do with Blaze.
Oh, okay.
Or making a new effect of slow, you're adding time. So it doesn't matter if I go like this or not. Now I've just got the full slow for longer.
Okay.
So there's no reason to get all fancy with it. Okay.
Cool. Level 16.
Choose a talent.
Another round. W removed.
Choose a
New talent. Celerity. E.
Choose a
Basic
talent.
attacks against slowed, rooted, or stunned enemy heroes reduce the cooldown of stagger by 1.5 seconds and grant Chen 15 armor for 3 seconds.
Slowed, rooted, or stunned. So how long? This lasts 12 seconds and we have a stagger of 18 seconds. So can we reduce the cooldown of our stagger? So we pop stagger, we go straight into a thingy. We do a flame and we do a boo. And as this ends, we're gonna do a root. Oh, we're actually in the back.
You can also slow with your keg.
That's a good point. I was just seeing if we could do a stagger, jump into an earth, do our own route, and then have a cooldown reduction. But it looks like we
Gotcha.
favor the lightning as to our body point. Let's try it one more time. And this can all seem quite silly, but these are the things like Tychus's minigun heal that end up being huge when comboed with Odin. Looks like our cooldowns are just reset when we pop out. We should still have 12 seconds, 18 seconds. We should still be sitting on time there. Now let's actually try the next thing that comes to mind, which is, can we just pass on the stagger damage
Oh, gladly.
entirely? So we walk in here.
For Genji.
Yeah, you kind of like Alex Straza. You can't just go blowing everything super quick or you're going to be stuck on cooldown. All right, and when it's over, looks like we avoided the stagger poison on the other side. So we could, like, you know, die, basically.
I think I will go this way.
Let's do it one more time, but let's take it all the way down.
Challenge.
Mess me up. Nope.
Aw.
He didn't get us dead anyway, so we're gonna try again.
Okay, I'm up. I'm up.
One more time, Mr. Boss.
Oh, gladly. Try a little stout food.
Cool. That would kill us. Go ahead and increase our attack speed. We'll hold on to the jump. Use it for escape. Oh, so we did
You had
avoid.
health at the
Yeah, we
end,
did
yeah.
avoid the stagger damage. However, because it favors the location of the lightning spirit, we died because that's where the lightning spirit was.
This way.
So probably don't hold on to the earth as an escape because you'll leave behind your lightning spirit where you were attacking and be in a bad spot. All right, what else happens at 16?
Okay, new talent combo strikes is a trait. Every third basic attack against the same target deals 75% bonus damage. While Chen has shields from Fortifying Brew and for 2 seconds after, He gains 50% attack speed.
Chen has shields for and for 2 seconds after he gains attack speed. Same target deals bonus damage. Okay, so you make yourself sticky. He gains 50% attack speed. So you could do
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
ingredients.
Choose a talent.
Don't we have something in here maybe? Here we go.
Choose a talent.
Increased duration. We could do elusive brawler
Choose a talent.
since that's auto attack based.
Okay.
None of these are really auto attack based, but you know, or Earthstorm and Fire does leave behind a bit of a route that we could use with our shields auto attack build.
Well, remember, this is for shields that are only from Fortifying Brew.
Yes. So that Tassadar can't make us do bonus attack damage.
Mm-hmm.
Aid the aura. Enough to share. That was my accumulating flame. So here, this is based on shields, and then we do every third basic attack. So we could complete quest. So we keep our shields.
Oh,
And we have
look at him go.
50% attack speed. Cool. So we are now doing not 2 attacks per second, but we're over. And then if we do, we're probably fast enough to make this last forever now, I would assume. And we can pop one of those, each auto attack. And we just keep that flame going. Is it all things? Same target.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right.
Gladly.
But we need shields, right?
Then it has to be from Fortifying Brew.
Okay.
You get shields, and then once those shields are gone, 2 seconds after. Can you solo a boss like that? We're gonna see.
Okay, we lost our shields again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So we can...
Maybe with the new level 1 for the 50% crit and heal. This could help us take a boss.
50% crit and heal. So instead of keeping our shields after the point,
Oh, you do the bruiser.
max of whenever basic attack a hero. Let's see, basic attacks, bruise up
Oh, wait.
enemies, deal more damage, 50% of the damage done basic attacks. Enemies. Heroes, though. Still heroes. So that's not going to work out. But we might
Okay.
be able to stagger through this,
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
which would be the other part.
Choose a talent.
The final go, as it
Choose a
were.
talent. Choose a talent.
So this is some advanced stuff.
Well, he is hard to play, apparently.
Yes. Well, we're also not using the kick here. So I guess maybe
Choose
Ring
a
of Fire
talent.
for the damage.
Not
Okay.
bad. Not
All right, so let's get our permanent shield. And we are going to try to juggle between Elusive Brawler and Stagger here.
go.
So let's fire it up. Oop. Drink time. Does Stagger stop me from taking shield damage? Do I keep my... that would make sense because I'm dodging the basic attacks. I think it can be done. I just suck.
Rise again.
This seems
Take your
doable,
revenge.
Okay.
but in the right order.
Okay.
And I have to stagger through the right things.
It would take a greater Chen than us.
Yes. If we reduce staggered damage, what are we doing right now? We have Elusive Brawler at that level. Is there anything else here we could use instead? What about that one that gives us instant shields? Enough to share. Yeah, we don't need this for this part. Because that's just a fire aura.
Choose a talent.
Fresh ingredients. This is the damage duration we need. Elusive Brawler. This doesn't matter.
Choose a talent.
Enough to share for instant shields.
That's a good one.
And then attack speed and damage.
I think.
Okay, one more go. So we get in there. Gonna kick smash him. Let's dodge. Fire's up. Drinking. Breaking. Stagger. Dodging. Drinking. Dodging to keep the shield. Drinking.
Get out of the way. Okay.
Stagger. Dodging.
We need to dodge those roots too.
But we can dodge the roots with a jump.
There we go. Stay focused. Oh my god, you did it!
Okay. Can be done.
You can take a boss.
And it could be done way better than that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that worked out pretty well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wasn't the slowest thing on Earth.
It was the slowest thing in the game.
I mean,
it was pretty slow. Don't do this to your teammates.
You will be gone,
Chen
but
is
you're
not
also
a boss
Chen.
taker.
You know, who needs Chen? He can
Ouch.
disappear for a time.
Ouch, man. Who
It's not
needs
helping the front
Chen?
line any.
Who needs Chen?
All right. Bam.
Choose a talent.
All right.
Choose
We
a
got
talent.
one more for level
Choose a
16
talent.
called
Choose a
Flying
talent.
Leap, the
Choose a
Q,
talent.
additional
Oh.
functionality. Reduce the cooldown of Flying Leap by 0.5 seconds each time an enemy hero takes damage from being ignited.
Oh, from being... The ability's not called Ignite, right? It's called Breath of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to light them on fire.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the trick. Range increased. Okay, well, let's try it out.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
All right, so we are going to kick. And most we can hit there is 2. Oh, takes damage from being ignited. Hang on, then. Does that mean it doesn't matter?
I could use some brew right now.
Oh, we're thirsty. Okay. Brew miss. Kick. Fire. No, there's no
They
damage.
have to be ignited.
Right, there is no damage over time unless you are on.
You gotta soak them in alcohol.
Yeah, so we can hit 2 people here. Do a kick. Light them on fire. Each tick. And ticks go a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really weird talent. Okay, so let's say you have Johanna Leoric Stitch's frontline.
Okay.
And there is a backline Tychus that you want to mess up.
I guess you could get back there using them.
So that'd be the goal, right? Is that I could stick. So let's say it's Genji instead. This is Genji. So we're here in the front line,
You're
and
saying it
we're
plays
helping
into
out.
keg, kick, breath.
Right. So we do keg on the front line. We jump into the back. We go whah on everybody. And now we're
there
stuck.
we
Now
go.
Genji's running away, and we're sticking to him.
There we
And we're
go.
getting that cooldown reduction. And as he runs away, maybe we slow him. But mostly we're using the front line to empower our backline double kick sort of play. Seems really complicated, but I can see the instance for it if you're doing the diving Illidan thing and staying sticky.
Yeah.
What's happening at 20?
Level 20, Purifying Brew trait moved from level 7. New functionality, casting Fortifying Brew grants Chen Unstoppable for 1.5 seconds.
Okay.
It is time.
Cool. Still hurts like the dickens, but, you know.
You can take a boss.
Only 1.5 seconds, though, so it's not the full drink duration. Look at that thing go. It speeds on by. So you are very actively dodging an ability at the start of your drink.
Yeah.
Would combo well with enough to share since you have that initial shield. All right.
Choose a talent.
Okay, new talent,
Choose a
Energizing
talent.
Brew trait.
Choose a talent.
If Chen fully completes his casting of Fortifying Brew, then he gains 20% maximum health and 20% increased damage for 25 seconds.
Wow. 25 seconds.
Can you finish it? There you go. Here it
Okay.
is. Here's your bar.
And everything we do is a crit?
Look at that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, including our aura from our talent.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy. Huh. Super weird. Freaking spreadsheet character.
I mean, you're basically doing Wrath of the Berserker at this point.
Yeah.
You don't have to hit them to keep your energizing brew going, but you got that wonderful little bar.
So would it work through
Choose a talent.
Storm, Earth, and Fire?
Choose a talent.
Or is that a form
Choose a
change?
talent. Choose a
He's
talent.
got to finish his drink.
Choose a talent.
Oh, you mean
Choose
drink,
a talent.
and then...
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it out, yeah. Oh, no, you get a new
broken.
bar.
It's a form change. So like Samuro, when he
Yeah.
switches and splits illusions, you're an entirely new character.
Yeah.
All right, for science, we pop out, and it's over. Okay, cool. So probably don't combine.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, so it's
Not like
not
it
there
matters.
when you come back. It
100
completely
seconds.
wipes
Cool.
when you change forms.
Choose a
All right.
talent.
All right, next,
Choose a
untapped
talent.
potential, your
Choose a
first
talent.
ultimate.
Choose a
Heroic,
talent.
pardon me. Armor bonus increased from 60 to 75. Armor bonus now lasts for 3 seconds after Wandering Keg expires. And movement speed increased from 100 to 125%.
Okay. So we could then, let's see our poison damage. So we do reduce our own poison damage with the 75 armor. So we could stagger through a bunch of damage, have this big loaded health bar.
Oh, look at that.
Something weird happened there.
I think you just got hit with a lot of stuff.
Let's go to death, near death. And the armor should reduce the
Oh, there we
overall
go.
damage past
Yeah,
death.
look at that.
Yeah, past the pre-calculated death point.
Look at that escape.
Okay,
Nice.
interesting.
Choose a
Okay,
talent.
and the final one, Elemental
talent.
Conduit, which is
Choose a
your
talent.
second heroic. New
Choose a talent.
functionality increased
Choose a
the
talent.
spirit's health to 100% of
Choose a
Chen's
talent.
max health,
Choose a talent.
and all of their
Choose a
abilities are
talent.
empowered.
Choose a talent.
All their abilities are empowered. What does that mean?
I think you get the Does that mean you get final?
It
Or it's
means
just
it's
extra damage?
Powered.
Well, let's see if it gives a root if you cast
Oh.
it first.
Are empowered. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, let's try that.
If it gives the root, we'll know it's talking about...
Yeah.
Okay, so that means all of them cast at their max.
So regardless of when we cast it, what do we get for this guy? We got attack speed and basic attack damage, but we also movement speed. So every ability is now the improved version of it. But we're here on toggle cooldown mode, so you're still only getting one of these each. But you know, they'd all, so you'd probably hit E pretty early because no reason not to, because it's already empowered. You don't need to cast it last. You'd hit Q whenever you want, really, because you're just increasing the flat duration of it, not resetting it. And then you'd probably still save W for that important moment.
So that you get a verdant sphere? Exactly. Exactly. Cool, and
Interesting.
The developer comment is, the new Chen has finally arrived. We had a blast tinkering with him and look forward to seeing him unleashed to his full potential in your hands. When taking a look at how to best change him, we primarily focused on adding more opportunities for Chen to make plays and for his opponents to interact with him.
Choose a talent.
Some of his power has been taken out of Fortifying Brew and put into his new ability, Stagger, as well as into his talents.
Choose a
While he
talent.
may take a bit of time to master, proper management of Chen's cooldowns should result in a formidable hero that will make a great addition to enemy teams. To any team. An enemy team. We did briefly touch on Withering Flames, just that it was moved from level 13 and its duration was increased from 3 to 4 seconds. But I don't think we tried it out. I think we read it and then moved to Accumulating Flame.
Oh, okay, we lost our 25 because we've been at this for a while.
Oh, you got him to half health? It's only been 30 minutes? So level 20, it might be
A little quicker.
possible.
All right, no big deal.
Friends.
Any other questions come up about Chenerino here?
Not really.
He is very complicated.
Yes. He's extremely complicated. But
mean-
yeah, while we're here.
We're not even dealing with mana management. Oh, someone had questions about...
No, they just
Aura?
wanted to see if we covered Withering Fire at 4, which we did. We briefly read over it, but we went straight to Accumulating Flame rather
because
than...
this is one of those towns where you're going to reduce spell power, which means the enemy needs to be hitting you with spells while also taking a damage reduction talent, which I believe are losing talents at 4.
Oh.
Because you're saying this enemy team's going to win so hard, I want to reduce the amount they're winning.
Oh.
If they're locked on with that much spell power, it can mean something, but wouldn't you rather deal more damage and kill them outright? It's kind of the Blaze problem. Why would you reduce the damage when you could have more stuns, when you could have more fire on the
Depends
ground?
on who's on the enemy team, right?